What's going on, guys? We're riding with Jedha Patrol today. A video I've been talking about for a while. It's time to do it. The collection update for the end of 2020. Let's get started. All right, so you guys may not know, I'm a huge Captain America fan, love collecting the figures, and I've had some come in and out of the collection over the years, and I've been starting to add more and more back to the collection. Some I sold, which was regrettable, and at the time I was happy with selling them, but now I'm like, that sucks, I kind of want them back. This is one I actually recently picked up, which is the Age of Ultron Captain America. Love the magnetic shield, love the colors. Honestly, love the film. It was a great film. And I decided to put him on the Mark 43 base for the Iron Man, spoiler, that's coming up, because I was able to add these cool diorama pieces that come with that piece, including this nice little Ultron broken off head from the body. But a really big fan of this particular cap. And so he's staying in the collection for a good while because he's awesome. And then I've got probably one of my favorite caps out of all of them that I own, which is this concept art Captain America. This one doesn't get a lot of love, and honestly it should, because it's the best Captain America proportioned body that is out there. Let's see if I can get a little closer for you guys. The shoulders are great, the chest, the waist, it's just everything about this is perfect. It only needs the actual red, white, and blue Captain America colors, and then I think this one would be a grail piece for anybody. So super like that one. So back here in the back, 2012 Toy Fair, I believe, is the Rescue Cap right here. Not a lot of people have this one. It is definitely a finicky figure to mess around with. The body, obviously, it's 8 years old, almost 9 years old, but it's just iconic. And I do have a little bike back there in the back for him. I don't even, it's a G.I. Joe bike. I don't even remember who makes that thing, but I think I paid like $50 for it. But there is Cap right there. It's not the easiest figure to pose. The jacket is super restrictive, and honestly, the body is loose, and it just is what it is. But for an older figure, it's a cool piece to have. And I do like, he actually has a die-cast helmet, and then all these little details that are on the suit are just gorgeous, along going on down the pants. The tailoring is just on point. So super cool piece, big fan of it, and I'm glad I was able to pick it up. About maybe 2 years ago, I was able to pick that one up. So this is actually a piece I've owned twice. So the Winter Soldier Stealth Strike Suit Cap, I actually bought the 2-pack from a comic shop many years ago. It's been probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I picked up the 2-pack with Steve Rogers and this one in it. And I was getting out of Marvel at that time as well. And I actually sold that 2-pack. Get this, guys. I sold it for $225 shipped for the 2-pack. Face palm right there. But that's what it was going for at the time. And, it's not going for that now. Definitely not the easiest figure to pose. That body, I mean, it needs a body swap. I'll be 100% honest with you. I just haven't tackled it yet. I was just glad to get this one back in the collection. I do need the street attire Steve Rogers to come back in the collection at some point. But for right now, I was able to pick him up for a decent deal on Mercari, I think. And so I actually think I got that from a viewer. So thank you for that. I was happy to have him back in the collection. Next up, Infinity War Cap, probably one of the least liked Captain Americas out there. Definitely trades for less than retail for most of the time. This is the movie promo version. I don't get the hate for this one. I mean, the head sculpt is, it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10. But I think the armor is good. The body is good. I don't know. I liked them in Infinity War. These little shields are a nightmare to fiddle with and pose-wise. I hate those things. That's my least favorite part about the entire figure. But, I mean, you can pose them around and get them into a kneeling pose like this. It's not too terribly bad with the little parademon thing going on down there. So it's actually a pretty cool piece. So I'm happy to have that. So I do need, again, in-game caps coming soon. I'm going to be picking up Civil War cap. And I'll just pick up, odds and ends as I find good deals on them. We'll add more of those to the collection. Rounding off this particular section of the display, I do have my Guardians of the Galaxy life-size Baby Groot. This is like the figure that kicked off the Marvel collection. I wasn't planning on going into Marvel. Then I got this guy, and then yeah, that was the end of that. So the Ravager suit is epic. Love this thing. We'll never get rid of this thing. Absolutely love it. And I just wish it came with some other expressions on the faceplates, but you know, I'm happy to have it, and I got it for retail, so that's pretty awesome. Recent addition is going to be this Ronin figure. And breaking this up for you guys, he's a super dark figure. This Ronin figure is a super cool. I did a whole unboxing review and posing. I think I did a posing video on this guy, and just an imposing figure, just a beautiful, beautiful figure. And happy to have that one in the collection. Got a little walking pose going on there. And once I put on the Ronin outfit, there was no going backwards. I'm definitely not going to be putting the Hawkeye switch out parts back on there anytime soon. Then this guy doesn't really belong anywhere in the collection, so I just wanted to go ahead and add him on this shelf. This is actually a Green Wolf Gear Urban Raider, I believe, 6-scale figure. This is a licensed product based on a, I think a video game, maybe? I don't really remember. But the body is super loose, and it definitely needs a stand, so I actually have him on a Remnant Trooper stand from The Mandalorian. But the detail on this thing is awesome. I just wish they used different bodies. But there's no way I would, do a collection video without showcasing this guy, because he's got the Mando-inspired helmet. He's got weapons galore. The only thing he needs is a new body and, honestly, some hands. These hands don't really hold the weapons all that great. If you can see right there. They really don't hold it. If I was to put that hand down, he would drop the weapon. But that's okay. Super happy to have that in the collection. And, kind of dig it. Moving on to my favorite Marvel movie of all time. I don't care which one it is, which one you like. Thor Ragnarok, absolutely my favorite. So, a big fan of this. So, I do have Gladiator Hulk, which was a gift from my buddy Nia from Shuby Toys. These guys right here, it's epic. I've seen a lot of Hulks. This is definitely my favorite Hulk. I just loved him in this film. And they'd be able to get him with the Mohawk helmet and then all the Gladiator attire and the weapons. I mean, look at these weapons. Just gorgeous, man. And he's huge, and he takes a lot of space, and I'm totally okay with that. So behind him, I actually have Loki back there from Thor Ragnarok. Looking forward to that new one coming out for Endgame as well. And obviously looking forward to the Loki show coming on Disney Plus at some point. And then we've got Hela. Now, Hela has become a grail figure for anybody who missed out on her. And I tell you, I can see why, because look at that. Just look. It's absolutely gorgeous. The only thing that could have made this any better is if they had the other hairstyle with her hair down. That would have been epic. So, big fan of that one. If you're able to get her for a decent deal out there, then definitely do so, because she is just iconic. Just great. Then we've got Gladiator Thor, another one of my favorites. Big Thor fan. This is actually my only Thor in the collection currently. I had the Infinity War Thor. Sold that one a while back. I might pick it back up. I haven't decided yet. I didn't really like the ankles on the Infinity War Thor. They were just a little finicky for me. And then, of course, we've got Fat Thor coming up soon, and no doubt we're going to get something with the Guardians movie whenever that drops. So, look at this. Gladiator Thor. Super cool. I love the seamless arms. I've had it posed like this for a pretty good while, simply because I don't want to mess with the arms. But this whole display with those characters back there, if I can back up a little bit, there's that guy. with Gladiator Hulk, and Thor and Hela and Loki, everything together just looks awesome. This is a recent addition. In fact, I've got a video coming on this very soon. This is obviously going to be Mr. Wick from John Wick 2 by Hot Toys. The suit and the tailoring on this thing is it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. But we're actually giving this away. So this is a temporary fixture in the collection. One of the Patreon supporters is actually going to be winning this exact figure. So he's just sitting here for this video, and then he's going back and packed up, and we're giving him away. So it's a beautiful figure. I would say if you are a John Wick fan, it's definitely worth the cost of admission to get that figure. So pick that one up. Down below that, we have our Deadpool 2 figures. So this one's actually a lot of fun, guys. I own the original version of Deadpool, sold that one. This is far superior to that. And I want to have him with his X-Men trainee jersey on. And then I thought, for good measure, we would throw on his little unicorn friend there. And he's just got a little dagger going on in that hand, a little stylish walk, and he's pointing somewhere over here. Oh, wait, there we go. We've got Logan from the Logan film. I think this is a So-So Toys piece. I think. I've had it for a while. I got it at a con, and I really don't remember. But I think it's got 2 swap-out heads, and it's actually got, if I can get a little closer, it's actually got metallic, or actually metal claws, which is a cool piece. The body is not all that great. You know, it's a third-party deal. It is what it is. But the head sculpt, I think, is pretty good. I think that's pretty good for the Logan film. I have the bloodied up body, and maybe one of these days I'll actually switch it out and put that on there. But big fan of that one. I think it's a pretty cool piece. Definitely needs a stand because the legs are loose, and he doesn't really stand up all that great by himself. So currently he is also moonlighting as a Remnant Stormtrooper. So, I mean, it's possible, right? And then we've got Laura down here. I think this is a Asmus Toys Laura. This is one reason I hate rooted hair. As much as I mess this, now I'll just flat out tell you, I did not fix the hair at all for this video. So go ahead and flame me down below. I hate rooted hair, can't stand it, and that's one of the reasons why. But she's a cool piece, just as a companion to Logan over here. And she also has metal claws. So, yeah, pretty cool. But she's scary, and it's actually a pretty cool set. So this is display shelf, if you will, number 2. And let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so here we are. We're going to get into the Iron People shelf right here, which I have a pile more coming, and there's actually more on the top shelf. And yes, I'm still waiting on the recording. As of the recording of this, I'm still waiting on my Mark 7 to arrive via the U.S. Postal Service. So yeah, looking forward to that. But in the back, we have the Mark 50. If I can get you back there, navigating all these guys. There's the Mark 50 back there. Pretty cool suit. Not my favorite Iron Man suit of all time. It's iconic because of Infinity War. But the coloring wise, just not my favorite suit. We do have the Infinity War Machine Mark IV back there. I absolutely love that one. Big fan of that suit right there. Super heavy, super beast. I mean, look at all the weapons. It is absolutely beautiful. We do have the War Machine Mark II back there. Probably my least favorite figure in all of my collection. It's loose. I've broken like 2 pieces on it. The leg has fallen off, broken kneecap. Anyways, I just hate that figure. But instead of unloading it on somebody else, I just figured I'd throw it in the back of the cabinet. And actually, there was a period of time where I just left it in a box in the overflow room because I just don't like it that much. We do have the Mark 47. This is the original release 47. Of course, it's the exact same as the new release other than the box. But this is how I've got mine displayed. Got a little repulsor blast flight stand stuff going on here with some flame effects. And the empty portrait, because I think that's just a cool one to display. I mean, what other Iron Man figure can do that? This is actually surprisingly a dark gunmetal type gray. I thought it would be like a silver chrome gray, but it's really not. It's really kind of a dark silver. Pretty cool piece. And then over here, we've got the Midas, which I recently did an unboxing video of. This is something I got from Hong Kong, so it's not in the States just yet, but it should be. And of course, I don't know when you're watching this, but I'm releasing this on Christmas Day of 2020. As of that, it has not hit the States. But this is a surprise, figure for me. I knew I wanted to get it. I'm just shocked on how much I like it, honestly. So if you are interested in this, go check out the unboxing video. But you can see the difference in colors. There's that rose gold going on there and the other golds. I mean, it's something, guys. It is something. Look at all those colors. It's awesome. So a big fan of that. That was a shocker of me for 2021. Did not think I would like it as much as I do. This is actually one of the newest figures that be added into the collection, which is the PlayStation 4 Iron Spider. And next to Midas, it looks pretty sick. So I figured I'd add him in this shelf just because of that. I think the gold looks well with the Midas. But look at this guy. This is beautiful. By the time you're watching this, I've already recorded the unboxing and review of this figure, but I haven't released it yet. At least we're doing this video first. So super cool figure. Spoiler, I really, 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 really like it. It's a beautiful figure. I mean, look at those legs next to Midas, and then obviously next to the Mark 47. Down below, I have my favorite Iron Man figure so far. We'll see when that in-game one arrives. But my favorite Iron Man figure so far is definitely the Mark 46 concept. Just everything about this is a winner for me. The colors, obviously being die-cast, the Mark 46 suit, the arm, everything about it is just beautiful. And I'm just a big fan of this piece. Able to get into a superhero landing pose is awesome as well. And then we've got, to his right, we've got the 3-0, I guess it used to be 3-8, but now 3-0 Optimus Prime DLX. This has a die-cast frame and then plastic pretty much everywhere else. This, honestly, this figure right here and the next one I'm going to show you are the most underrated figures in this whole collecting game. These are just, I hate to say it, but they're the best bang for the buck as far as value goes in this collector. So if you collect Transformers, do not sleep on these 3-0 figures because they're that good. They're that good. Okay, so they just are. So right next to him, we're going to have Bumblebee. This is the guy that started it all. If I didn't have B, I would not have bought Prime. But B, at like $150 retail, just the value for the dollar there is insane. Absolutely insane. One of the best figures of 2019 releases, actually. Absolutely just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And if you don't have this one and you're a Transformers fan, definitely pick this one up. I like this version. I know they're doing another one with the updated, maybe the Last Knight suit or something like that, like the Camaro suit or whatever. The VW Beetle one is just iconic, so that's the one I got. All right, guys, so earlier this year, I dumped every one of my sequel trilogy figures except for 2, actually 2.5. And I just had to do it. Those First Order Troopers, they had to go. So if you saw my previous collection video, I probably had a whole pile of those guys and Captain Phasma and whatnot. But I only kept 2 out of the sequel trilogies. And the first one is this Force Awakens Kylo. I like this figure. It is not the easiest figure to pose because of the thickness and the downscaling of the actual material. But on the shelf, I think it looks pretty good with the right lighting and posing, whatever. And so I threw them down here in the little bit of the darkness, and I dig this figure. So if you're interested in picking this up, I wouldn't pay a whole lot of money for it. Maybe less than $200, maybe even less than maybe like $150. I mean, it's not it's not up there on value, but it does look good on the shelf. It's just kind of a pain to pose with all the material it comes with. We're going to bypass this guy for 1 second and come over to my other sequel trilogy figure. This is actually, for those who may be new to the channel, this was my very first 6-scale figure that I had in hand. My very first purchase of a 6-scale figure was K2SO, but that was a pre-order. I had to wait a very long time on. But I actually picked this up at a local comic shop. There's Rey, and then obviously I've got BB-8 down there. And this is an underrated figure as well. I know a lot of people don't like Rey, and I understand. I get it. But the value for $1 here, again, I think you can pick up this set with both of them for like $200. So the amount of accessories is insane. It actually is quite ridiculous. And the tailoring is just great. The portrait, I think, is the best portrait we've got of Daisy Ridley. The one coming from the Rise of Skywalker, that portrait is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And we've got BB-8, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool little piece. So let's back this up. I want to take a look at this guy. I did a whole video on this particular, actually I did 2 videos. I did an unboxing video on this life-size child from Sideshow. I also did a photo shoot, which was probably more fun than the actual unboxing video, so go check that out. But you can see all the little hairs, and you can see the details in the eyes, and you can see it's pretty cool. Now, I had to put him down on this bottom shelf because he's looking up, and if I put him anywhere else, he'd just be looking at the ceiling, and that didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I am happy I picked this up. I'm way, 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 way excited in the prospect of getting the Hot Toys life-size child in the near future. So that's pretty cool. So then we've got, there's this guy. So we're going to get into some Star Wars, guys. It's we got some Marvel stuff still, but this is Star Wars. So we've got the Dark Side Sith Anakin, and I figured, what if he grabbed Luke and ran off? So there we go. This is a great portrait. This thing skyrocketed in value again, obviously due to the news of Hayden Christensen joining the Kenobi series. And I get it. It's a very cool figure. There's the creepiest accessory of all time, I feel, in any 6-scale collecting. But there he is. There's Anakin on the little Mustafar diorama piece. Ready to protect his heritage. This is actually the Sideshow Collectibles Commander Cody. I have the Phase 1 helmet. I do have the Sideshow version and the Hot Toy version, which we'll look at here in a second. I got the Phase 1 helmet on the Sideshow version. Body is not super loose, but it's not the best ever. But there he is. I do like the Phase 1 helmet, so I wanted to keep this one. And I've got the Phase 2 helmet, obviously, on the Hot Toys version. Back here in the back, we've got... Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got... This is the Phantom Menace DX-17 Darth Maul. I do have the speeder in storage. I just don't use it because I don't really like the speeder so much. But I typically always buy the deluxes or the extra parts if I think they might be interesting. So there it is. There's Darth Maul right there. Ray Park looking pretty awesome with his little droid deal back there. And then next to him, I've got one of the best portraits Hot Toys has ever done, Count Dooku. Just looking, look at that tailoring. Everywhere you go, that looks like Count Dooku. Like there's no bad angle on this portrait, I feel. So one of the figures I debated on the longest that I actually ended up purchasing in the entire collection is this guy right here, the Attack of the Clones Yoda. And after I got it, I was super happy that I did. And I know a lot of other people were as well. But this is actually an underrated figure, I think. It is absolutely gorgeous. I did have the Empire Yoda, and I didn't like that one quite as much. And so I sold that one, and I got this one. And, I mean, look at this guy. I know for the value, for the money, I know he's a short fella. I mean, there's Solo Maul there. But he just, look at that. He looks epic. So speaking of that, I do have the Solo Maul, which of the two Mauls, so I've got Phantom Menace Maul down here, and I've got Solo Maul up here. Of the two, Solo Maul takes the cake. I think everything about this guy is just epic. I love the portrait. I love the tailoring. I love the outfit, everything. I love the mechanical legs. I mean, look at these things. Look at these feet, man. Just, I don't know. It was easier to pose than the Phantom Menace Maul, just to maybe the thickness of the materials they used. But big fan about that one as well. So, yeah, here we go. Then we've got a Phase 1 Shiny Deluxe. This is a Sideshow Collectibles piece. This is the Shiny, obviously with no battle damage or anything on there. And I've got him armored out pretty well. I've got his little rotary blaster up top on his backpack. Got his blaster rifle right there, and he's got a fisted hand, and there's the Phase 1 helmet. It does come with the Phase 1 and Phase 2 helmet. Again, I'm a big fan of the Phase 1 helmet, and I actually put him on the Death Trooper display from Rogue One and threw some Battle Droid pieces there from Obi-Wan Kenobi Deluxe because I thought it'd be fun. And this is one of those feet that Sideshow gives us, but Hot Toys does not. So Hot Toys, give us some extra feet. So here we go, guys. Take a look at this display. Just kind of backing this thing up a little bit. You can see I've got a little bit of a battle going on here. So I've got Commander Bakara here, which is also a Sideshow Collectibles piece. Not something that will probably be here very much longer. It's not a piece. I might keep it. I don't know. And I might get rid of it. I haven't decided yet. But there's Commander Bakara there, who is shooting at a Geonosis battle droid. And why Geonosis battle droids? Because it's the only droids I got. I haven't picked up any other ones. But there's Geonosis battle droid, which is actually a 2-pack. That's a Sideshow piece. And then I've got Anakin, light side Anakin, back here at the ready to help out his master. So, pretty cool. Who happens to be also, while doing a force push, on this guy, also happens to be stabbing behind him another Geonosis battle droid in the stomach. So, pretty cool. There he is. There's the Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3. I do have the Deluxe, which obviously we saw the creepy baby Luke earlier. That's where that came from. And I've got his little diorama base, if I can get you out of here, which I thought would be cool. So sometimes we don't get to display all those holograms, so I figured I would throw the holograms on that little display stand back there, where we've got the, looks like we got Maul, we've got Palpatine, we've got Anakin, and we've got the Death Star from Count Dooku on there as well, so it'd be cool to display those. And then here is the Hot Toys Commander Cody, which is one of my recent pickups. Go check out that review if you're interested in picking that figure up. If you do not pick up this figure, and then they start releasing, sorry for the focus, guys, it's super tight in here, and they start releasing these other Clone Wars figures, you're going to see this guy skyrocket in value. Do not miss out on that. It's really, really good. I did break both antennas on mine, so be careful. Both the shoulder antenna and one of the helmets I actually broke both of those, but that's what that shelf's looking like. I kind of dig it. You guys can let me know down below what you think of that little setup, but I thought it was a lot of fun. Just above those guys, I actually have a Sand Trooper. This is actually from Sideshow Collectibles. This is a very, very loose body. Literally, I'm surprised that he's standing up, and I imagine that during the filming of this, he'll probably fall over. He's that loose. But I do have him. It is a 6 scale, and I paid maybe like $80 for him about 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm not terribly mad at it, but he looks good. This is actually a Power of the Force dewback. Clearly does not look screen accurate, but it is 6 scale, and, you know, it does the job because, you know, that other 6 scale dewback by Sideshow, holy crap, that thing is expensive right now. So I think it'd be like 50 or $40 for that guy. So not mad to have it in there. I do wish I would get the other one. All right, adding up another recent addition. This is actually the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary Darth Vader. I literally just unboxed this guy today and filmed a video on it. So you're seeing this before the actual unboxing video. I did have the recent A New Hope Vader. That was one I sold earlier in the year in preparations for this one because I knew I wanted this particular Vader. This is a super cool piece. You can see just iconic piece. There it is. And I did went ahead and use the diorama piece because honestly, that's part of the fun of this particular figure, is actually using the diorama, even though it takes up a little bit more room. Got a little flashing lights going on. It's just a cool piece. So maybe one day we'll get our Bespin Luke. They've been teasing us for a while. But until then, Vader's chilling out right there. Now I do have a Shock Trooper. This is from Battlefront. He doesn't really fit anywhere. So here we go. It's one of those troopers that is red and literally matches like nothing. It just kind of stands out. So if you want something that stands out, this is a pretty cool one. Super cool figure. One thing that was interesting about that, I do like the backpack. I do dig the backpack. I like the helmet. I like the blasters he comes with. And but he does have that stupid sand base, which I don't like. I do have him on the display stand because he is a little back heavy due to the backpack. But pretty cool figure nonetheless. I do have some Return of the Jedi Stormtroopers here, which are fighting Wicket. So this is obviously Wicket from the Leia and Wicket 2-pack, who is using his little drumsticks there to beat on this poor trooper. And I do have him on his little diorama base that he comes with. But super cool. And then his buddy over here has grabbed Wicket's spear and is trying to rescue him from the Ewok. So super fun. So have your figures interacting is a lot of fun. You just got to find a way to do it in the space that you have. And, it doesn't have to be screen accurate all the time. Have some fun with it. And, just display your figures. Have fun. So I do have, obviously, if I've got Wicket, then we've got Leia. I've had several Princess Leias. This is my favorite so far. I've had General Leia. I've had the Hoth Leia, all those guys. I know Hoth Leia is probably everybody's favorite, but this one right here is my favorite. So this is the one I kept, and I don't need 14 Leias in the collection, so this is good enough for me. And I dig this one. I like it quite a bit. Behind her, I have the Sideshow Collectibles Scout Trooper back there in the back, and he's kind of at the ready. See if I can swing around here. He's at the ready, getting ready to go for his blaster, which he's got right there on the back. And then he's got his Sideshow Collectibles 6 scale speeder bike back in the back. And it does take up a lot of room, like you guys can see. That speeder bike's no joke. So if you have the Hot Toys one coming from the Mandalorian, just know that it's a lot of space, okay? And this one is super finicky. It is not the easiest thing to pose on or move around. It's fragile, but if you can get it, where you like it and you can leave it there for a good while, I think you're okay. But there is that particular shelf with a little hodgepodge of Star Wars gold. And before we go too far, I wanted to showcase this. This is actually my premium format Sideshow General Grievous. I had this Sideshow 6-scale one, and then I picked this up, and the 6-scale one it just had to go. It just did. As much as I liked it. I mean, here's your 6-scale Stormtrooper. If I can get over here. 6-scale Stormtrooper, and there's your General Grievous. It's epic. So I picked this up on Mercari. You can't believe this or not, if you guys follow the prices on this guy. I picked this up for $550 shipped for the premium format General Grievous exclusive edition with the cloak. That's a stupid deal. And so I saw that, and as soon as I picked that up, 6-scale Grievous just had to go. And everything about this, guys, you can see the detail going on in the neck. And he does take up a lot of real estate because those blades go behind him. It takes up a good amount of space. But it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. Those blades going behind. It's just a super, super cool piece. So I've got him up on the top because he just looks cool lit up from underneath. And pretty proud of that one. All right, guys, totally not 6-scale. In fact, these are vintage collection clones with my ATTE Beetle Walker. And I have it up here, so I figured I'd show you guys this. I've got a bunch of clones going on inside the cab of this bad boy. I've got them up there on the gun. I've got them actually in the driver's seat up here. And it's a pretty cool piece. I am missing a few pieces from this, but I do like it. It is large. It's got this little button right here if I hit this. Let's see here. Oh, no, there. And you can hear these guys in the back.
The droid army is in full retreat. All forward positions are advancing.
It's just a cool piece. So that's a nice piece I have in the collection. I do need the missiles to go with it, but I'm a big fan of that one. So I figured I'd show that off to you, even though it's not 6-scale. Everybody's favorite shelf, the Rogue One shelf. This is honestly my favorite shelf, but there's another shelf that's it's got my attention, gotta be honest with you. We'll look at it next. But here's the actual Jedha Patrol Trooper. Look at that. Look at that guy. Super awesome right there. The White Pauldron Trooper right there, who actually from time to time shows up on Sideshow's site. It's like they forget that they have them in the warehouse or something, and then they put them up for sale. So pretty cool piece right there. Fun fact about that one, the backpack does not come off of the figure. So that was interesting when I unboxed it. Then we've got one of the best portraits Hot Toys has done again, which is Director Krennic. That one is a beautiful, beautiful portrait. Big fan of that piece. And I'm glad it's here in the collection because it's one of those figures that I didn't think we were ever going to get. And then they surprised us, and I was able to pick it up. So pretty cool. I did add in Grand Moff Tarkin. Drew a blank there for a second. And I'm pretty sure this went with Rogue One. So I think it was from the 2-pack. I got the single, so I don't have the 2-pack with Vader because I don't have the Rogue One Vader. So I just have this one. Big fan of this one. I don't really like the joints, but I can look past it because he is Grand Moff Tarkin. We do have a Death Trooper Specialist Deluxe right here. And fun fact about this one as well, I do have some more Death Troopers on the way. So, yeah, there's that one. But this one's cool. It's got the little extra pauldrons and shoulder packs and the light-up helmet and just all the little weapons and this large freaking rifle. It's just a super imposing piece. And then we got our Scarif Trooper, our Shore Trooper, the one that everybody hopes is re-released at some point, or maybe not this particular one, maybe the variant that we saw in The Mandalorian. So that would be super cool. One of the most favorite trooper designs in all of Star Wars right there, at least for 6-scale collecting. So he looks pretty awesome. Then over here, guys, we've got, let me dim this down just a touch. We've got the Jedha Patrol 2-pack. So we actually have TK 14057 that comes with the orange pauldron and this awesome backpack. And then we have the Black Pauldron Trooper right here. So those two guys together just look awesome. Super happy to have both those in the collection. And I was able to get the 2-pack for a pretty good deal in 2019, I think, is when I picked up that set. I don't recall if it was in the last collection video or not. But I was able to pick that up, and pretty happy with that. Then we go down below, and we've got Jen. Now, these guys down here, super fun figures. This is the Jen Erso Deluxe. So I actually gave her the doll from the Death Trooper Specialist Deluxe because I thought it was a cool pose. Interchanging accessories is always fun. We've got Chirrut, who needs his buddy Baze, honestly. But I got him a little walking pose. And guys, if you ever want to see more poses going on, just let me know. We'll kind of showcase them in the future. We do have the Jen Erso in disguise, Imperial disguise. One of the slept-on figures, and then once all the Rogue One figures started to blow up, this one started to blow up. What an iconic figure and movie, honestly. So if you're going to have Jen, and you're going to have all these guys, then you got to have the Grail. Boom. And I only own this because Cassian said I had to. So the K2SO, this was my very first Hot Toys figure I ever put money down on. Like I told you earlier, I pre-ordered this, waited forever to show up, and when it did, I was completely blown away because K2SO and Alan Tudyk just absolutely nailed this character. And I just, man, maybe they'll reissue this one for the Andor series on Disney Plus. Fingers crossed. Before we get too much further in the collection, I wanted to showcase one of my favorite Spider-Man figures, which is the homemade suit. This is actually the one from Far From Home, and I have him suspended from the ceiling. Like, there he is. And he is actually suspended. There's a 3M little tape thing going on there, and that is fishing line. So I tied a knot in the end of the fishing line, and I've got him through the web holding hands, and literally that is how he's hanging up there. So fun ideas for you. Maybe somebody can borrow that. But I do have that, and then I have the Night Monkey, which was a recent video I did. I did an unboxing and review of this guy. It's not a Spider-Man figure everybody needs in their collection, but if you like Spidey and you like cool figures, then don't pass on it. The diorama base is where it's at. The diorama base is worth the price of admission for this figure. It is awesome. So, yeah, there we go. So, earlier this year, I sold a whole pile of figures. In fact, I sold pretty much all my solo figures. Mud Trooper, Han Solo Deluxe, Patrol Trooper. I sold those 3 figures to fund this Hulkbuster. Like, those 3 figures paid for this Hulkbuster. So, I have it. I never thought I would, but I do. And it is awesome, and it's beautiful. And then I also had to pick up the Mark 43 to go along with it. And because I like this pose, he won't actually fit in the cabinet below because he's too flippin' tall. But there he is. There's your Hulkbuster in all its glory. Just looking gorgeous. Honestly, I like everything about this. It is big, it's chunky, it's heavy, it's iconic from the film, obviously. And I mean, just if I can back up here, the scale of it is insane. Absolutely insane. So if you're on the fence with a Hulkbuster and you are a huge Marvel fan or Iron Man fan, guys, don't sleep on it. Find a way to make it happen. Sell some stuff. Have a garage sale, sell some figures. Honestly, you could sell 3 figures, 4 figures, whatever, and get the Hulkbuster. If you're not attached to those figures, I would do it. Honestly, I really would. I really like almost everything about this thing. Some people complain that it's not die-cast, but honestly, it would be so flippin' heavy if it was. So I'm almost glad that it's really not. But there it is, Mark 43 sitting on top, emerging out of the Hulkbuster, looking all kinds of awesome. So one of the fun things to do, again, having accessories, I wanted to not just have this sitting in the box, this little jackhammer arm and where it grabs Hulk's hand. I didn't want to just have it sitting in the box because that's kind of a waste to get the deluxe and just leave it in the box. So I thought, what can I do? How can I display this and have some fun? So I figured somebody who likes arms and weapons and always looking for fun stuff to get himself is this guy. So I literally have Rocket stealing this Hulkbuster arm. So I thought that was super fun. Literally, there he is, Hulkbuster arm, and then there's Rocket. So this is a necklace that I stole from the wife's jewelry cabinet that just was sitting there, and I was like, I need this. So there's Rocket. And of course, I've got his other stuff. I've got his weapons here, and I've got Hulkbuster head and just different parts and stuff laying around because I thought it was a cool, fun display to have Rocket running off with the Hulkbuster arm. Before we get on to the final shelf, I want to show you some stuff I just have around the room randomly I thought might be interesting. This is the Sideshow Collectibles C2B5 from Rogue One. So I picked this up. They showed it back in stock, and it was on sale and whatnot, so I picked it up. It's definitely plastic, but it's a cool piece, and I'm happy to have added it to the collection. So I was happy about that. This is my quarter scale Vader premium format. So there he is with his little light up saber and everything going on. Super cool piece. And one of the reasons I actually didn't pick up the quarter scale Hot Toys Vader, although this year I may change my mind and pick up that figure anyways. But this base right here, this diorama base that comes with this light up, I mean, it's just awesome. And it's less expensive than the 6 scale or the quarter scale figure by Hot Toys. So there's that one. I do have a Vader helmet. And then I've got this guy over here, which is my Emperor Palpatine Deluxe. So this is an absolutely fantastic figure. I'm hoping we get another Palpatine, maybe different version. Clone Wars Palpatine would be sick. A Senator Palpatine would be cool. Anyways, just me speculating. But I do have him here with his chair or his throne, and I have him in a Jazz Inc. Dioramas Death Star Deluxe display. I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about that. I'm pretty sure these are sold out and you can't get them anymore. But it's a cool piece, and I think he looks pretty good in it. And then I've got this guy. That's Bender. Don't mind him any attention. So I told you guys earlier the Rogue One is my favorite shelf in the collection. However, this one right there is creeping up on it. It's creeping up on it, and that obviously is a Mandalorian. So we've got 2 Remnant Troopers. I warned you guys to pick up this figure before it sold out. This thing is definitely trading over retail right now, and I think unless they reissue them again, it will stay that way. But here is just the Remnant Troopers. I got a pair of them. I wouldn't have mind had a third one, but 2 I thought was enough. The exact same weathering on both figures, so there's that. But 2 Remnant Troopers looking pretty good right there. Below that, I actually have the Incinerator Trooper. This is not a figure I think everybody needs to have. I'm just knocking stuff over behind me. But I do like it, and I like collecting Trooper variants. So I was pretty happy to have this one as well. So I was surprised they gave us this figure, honestly, for the much screen time as it had. I'm super shocked they actually gave it to us. This is actually one that needs a display base for my purposes because the backpack, let's see if I can rotate this guy around. The backpack is just... it weighs them down a little bit. So rather than having them fall off the shelf and break off the flame effect, I figured I would just, throw a stand on him. And I don't really like using stands, but depending on the pose, sometimes you just have to. Moving across here, I actually have, these are Power of the Force 6 scale pit droids. They don't pose very well. They don't move very well. They're super plastic, and I think I paid $20 for the pair shipped. But if, why not? Just want to have some cool stuff in there. Definitely not super detailed or anything like that, but I thought they were cool, and they're part of the Mando universe now, so I did that. We obviously have the OG Mando right here. This is the one that you should not sleep on. If you have the ability to get both, this one and the next one I'm going to show you should do that. If you only have the ability to get one, get the next one, okay? But this one right here is just iconic. Love this one. So I did add the little spiked up helmet there. And I added the child from the Mando Beskar Armor Mando and Child Deluxe. Sorry, that was a lot of words. But I did add it here because it made sense. And then I added his Camtono here as well. Because again, it made sense for it to be with this figure. Because he needs all of that Beskar armor to make this. So why did this figure come with it? I don't flipping know. I have no idea. But here it is, guys. Here is our Beskar armor Mando, looking beautiful with his Whistling Birds attachment. I don't use these attachments very often, so if it's here, it's because I like it. And I think it's a cool looking pose. So there he is right there with the Mando. And then after all of that, we get this guy. So let me get down here a second. This guy right here, I know it's dark because I did that on purpose. This guy right here, this is the Jedi, Return of the Jedi, Luke with the cloak, and it is awesome. So I figured I'd move him from that shelf way over there and move him way over here, and I've got him hooded as he should be. It's a cool figure. It's not, obviously 100% screen accurate to the Mandalorian, but it looks cool. And then I've got his little buddy right here. So what stories and adventures are they going to go on? And are we going to hear from Grogu again? Like, is that going to happen? I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I hope we hear from him again. I'm sure the toy manufacturers like Hasbro and whatnot and Hot Toys would love to hear from Grogu again and Luke and see where that story goes. I don't know that we're going to find out, but I would like to. So the question I got for you guys is I kind of wrap this thing up. One, what figures are you excited about for the new year? What figures maybe were your favorite figure of the collection that I was showing you today? And maybe what's your favorite pickup of 2020? So let me know. And a lot of you guys are probably watching this in 2021. So what's your favorite pickup so far? If you like stuff like this, please consider subscribing. It would be a great thing for you guys to do. Got big goals for 2021. Join the Facebook group if you haven't already done that. Jedha Patrol, got almost 5,000 people in there at this time, and it is so much fun in there with all you guys. And guys, just as I kind of wrap this thing up, this Iron Spider, how dope is that? Next to this guy. Dude, come on now. It's cool. All right, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. As always, collect what you like. We'll see you next time.